make the outfit wet. And I'll do some close-ups of it when I finally get this thing done. I'm just gonna. All right. It's about as close as I can get it. All right. So I got my silicone right here. You can't see it right here. I got it. I'm going out there. I'm gonna start putting the silicone. Well, it's not really silicone. It's glue. All right. Hold on. I'll wait until we get out there. Okie dokie. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do the shirt. And let me grab my outfit here. And I'll do the pants on a separate hanger. I'll work my way from the top down, as usual. Alright, and I'll flip it when I'm done. Okay, so first thing I do is put some gloves on. Let me see if I can show you what kind of silicone, or not silicone, it's like actually like it's DAP. It's called Ultra Clear. Can you see that? It's more like a glue. It's not really it's not a silicone. So we're going to use this ultra clear to make this outfit look a little wet. I'm not going to go extreme. I'm going to do this by hand. I'm going to put my good gloves on. I get these at Harbor Freight. They're great. Got big hands and I need thick rubber gloves. It don't help that my hands are sweating right now, so it's really tough to get them on. I just don't want this crap all over my hands. For sure. Okay. Pretty sticky out here today. It's pretty humid. It was beautiful yesterday. Today, yes. So I'm doing this early in the morning so I can get this and let this dry all day with the air. Wow. Should have stuck some powder on my hands. A little cornstarch would have made things a lot easier. I got pretty big hands. But these are strong. These gloves here are really strong. So, I'm just going to stick a little of this stuff in my hand. A little at a time. And I'm not going to go crazy. We're going to work from the top down. The main thing is I gotta really make sure that it looks like water. Wet water, it'll dry, it'll look pretty cool. A little more. I'm gonna do, especially around the base, these fibers hanging down. Yeah, we'll see. I may have to get a paintbrush and do this another way, if that's okay. Really not doing what I want to do. It's a little too sticky. It's not running enough. Paint's also pulling the paint off of it. Oh yeah, no, this is going to look good. It's just that the light is not hitting the stuff on the front. Okay. I was a little concerned with that. Just trying to make it look like it's got a little water, a little wetness to it. Swampy look. Swampy, dirty. Wow, look at my hands. The paint's coming off of this. This stuff's actually pulling the paint off a little bit. I'm going to work on the sleeve right now. One tube for the coat. One for the shirt and one tube for the pants. Once the stuff dries, it should be pretty good. We'll see how it looks. Very swampy looking. There we go. We don't want that to happen. Alright, so that's got some good grime on it there. I just got to keep putting it on because. But I don't want to stiffen up the outfit so much that he can't wear it. You know what I mean? Especially around the sleeve areas where you have some fucking pain. Especially where the sleeve areas are, where all the rips are. You want to make sure you have plenty of wet look to that. and it's patchy. You don't want it to be overdone because he's got to be able to maneuver in it. It'll look very grimy when this is done. Grimy, a little wet look to it. You look like you just stepped out of a swamp. Very gluey, this stuff. And I want it on the inside, don't I? I'm worried about the back side after I hit the front side. Yeah, I wish this stuff was a little more, a little more fluent to it. It would be easier to do. Alright, so that kind of looks good enough on this side. Let's do the other side. Especially this area. This area is really done up good. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. I can't wait till this part's done. This is messy. This is real messy. in the dark once this stuff turns nice and shiny. Ooh, this is a mess. Yeah, he's coming over in March. This stuff could be nice and dry right there. Get him. I think I got enough on there. Let me see what it looks like in the front with the light hitting it. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's gonna look pretty good. I'm live. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. Grimy. I don't want to overdo it because he's got to wear it. If it gets too stiff, it's going to feel uncomfortable. All right, so that one's done. Now, let's do the pants. I'm going to hang this over here in the sun. Let that dry. And now the pants. I got my little coat hanger here. And this is going to be a pain in the neck. This is going to fall off. Half tempted to go get some naphtha. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to move the camera over to the table. I'm going to get some naphtha in a little can jar. See if I can break this stuff down a little bit. And try to put it on with a lot less. Wow. That's a mess. That stuff's awful. Yeah, let me try that. Let's try breaking this down with some naphtha and do the pants. I need it a little bit more liquidy. That's the thing. All right, so I'm going to come up there. We're going to do this on the bench and break down this stuff with naphtha, see how it works. And if it works real good, then I'll just recoat. Put these pans, let me go grab some naphtha and a container. Everything with me is an experiment. Remember that, guys. All right, so I'll show you what I'm going to do. I've got my new naphtha. I'll be right back. Got to get my naphtha. Okay, I'm back. Now I'm going to experiment first. I'm just going to put a little bit of this with the naphtha just to see if it, come on, Sherry, get out of the way. All right, so we're going to use some old-fashioned naphtha here, which is basically a little stronger than lighter fluid. That's all it is. This is what's in lighter fluid right here. So, how do I want to do this? Okay, because I don't want it to stick to the cup, I'm going to pour a little naphtha into the cup first. All right, and then we're going to put a couple drops in there and see if it smooths out. That's enough. I just want to see if this will, and I can use my yesterday's stir stick that I have out here. I'm just trying to see if it's breaking down. I'm mixing it in here to see if it's breaking down. I need it to break down or else it won't work. All right, so yeah, I can feel it starting to melt a little bit. All right, so I got too much naphtha in here. A little too much. I'm not going to pour that. I'm just put that right on the deck a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to add, now that I see that it's breaking down, I can add more of this stuff to it to thin it out. And it should be enough to do the whole shirt, both pants and shirt, I think. This is how you would break down silicone, by the way. You can use silicone in the same method, but silicone's not as clear as this stuff. So I like to use this real clear stuff. Yeah, that's breaking down. Good, good, good. This is what we want. Turn this a little runnier, and then we're going to apply it with a brush. I'm sweating, guys. I wasn't sweating yesterday. Just gotta keep mixing it until the naphtha is completely incorporated. It takes a few minutes, but we want a really runny consistency. All right, I'm pulling it towards me a little bit while I'm mixing it because I want to be able to really get this mixed well. Yeah, it's turning into a nice liquid now. I'm sweating, man. Drip, drip, drip. Let's not get any sweat inside my naphtha here. And as you can see, this is kind of, it's still kind of thick. It's kind of weird. It's breaking it down, but it's still kind of thick, but it's making it easier to manipulate. I don't know. I don't know. This might be a failed. I might have to go get some silicone to do this. Using the silicone because it's just not as clear. But the sock head, that's another thing. Last night, when I went to do I came out here this morning figuring that sock head was going to be nice and dry. Well, I guess it was pretty moist overnight because it wasn't dry all the way through. Yeah, this is breaking down, but it's just taking a while, a lot of stirring. You have to really stir this. Yeah, okay, yeah. You just really have to stir the hell out of this to get it to break down. See, it's starting to break down. See how it's liquefying now? Just takes a few minutes. My goal isn't to make it look like, not too watery, because I want to be able to, I want this stuff to stick to the pants. Smashing that stuff right up against the wall. All right, let's do this. Let's do it and see what happens. I have a clean chip brush over here that I didn't use yesterday. And we're going to do one leg at a time. Especially at the foot. I want to make sure I get the yeah, that's applying a lot easier. I'm only trying to give it a wet look. That's all I'm trying to do. Nice. All right, so this one side. This is gonna suck. I have a funny feeling. I gotta put less on. I gotta be a little bit more careful on how much I'm putting on because I don't want the costume to stick to itself either. Just put a little less on, that's all. Just hit some spots. That's all you're trying to do, not trying to cover the whole thing. A couple wet spots is it. Next pant leg. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is a little tricky because I don't want this to stick to the table either. So what we're going to do is go a little bit down here. Especially around the boot leg area, because that's where like.
You say you're DJing tonight?
Yeah.
What time?
9 o'clock. They got the dueling pianos over there. Why? I don't start till 9. I want the seams to look real wet too. That's important. I guess we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. I just hope the naphtha doesn't keep breaking down this glue, because this is more like a glue, this stuff. Than it is actually a... Yeah, why?
No, I was just asking because I might go out later.
All right.
We have the restaurant show and some of the guys always watch in the beer.
Ah, wow, really? Threw it just a little too hard. Guess I thought I was still a quarterback. And the dirt, I don't care if dirt gets on this. That's only adding to the character here. Dirt's good. Dirt's our friend in this situation. Oh yeah. Just trying not to get too much of this stuff on my hands, because it's not easy to get off. Well, it actually is coming off pretty easy. All right. Let me just fold this up a little bit. Yeah, it's starting to stiffen up a little bit. let's pull these forward a little bit, let them drop down. Somebody having a, don't sound like they're having a good day. Over there, it looks like I got a neighbor that's not too happy about something. Don't know. Not gonna even pretend to know. Oh, this stuff kind of sets up pretty quick. That's a good thing. Gotta remember now, that shirt's gonna hang down over top of the pants, so I don't want to throw too much up on top. Just need the pants to look good. I think silicone might have been the better choice, but I don't know if I would have gotten the same gloss look, the wet look on silicone. So I'm going to retreat the shirt because this does seem like it's working a little better, this method. It's giving it that wet shine more evenly. But I'm going to hang this stuff up so you can see it now. Hold on. Yeah, it definitely looks better like this. You see it? See the shine? It's definitely looking better that way. Yeah, I'm going to use the naphtha on this stuff to thin it out and put a better coat on it. This side needs a little more work. Okay, so we need to mix up more of this stuff and use the brush method. And I'm going to use the whole tube. I mean, this stuff was strictly for making the outfit look wet, so I don't care about using both tubes up. I don't. That was the whole objective to this. So let's just throw a little more naphtha in there. Not too much because I can't break it down any better than what it will break down. It doesn't break down as good as I'd like it to, but it definitely works a lot better. Than not using the naphtha. Sorry if I'm a little off camera here doing this. I'm trying to get this. This outfit's going to stink until it completely dries out. Because naphtha ain't no joke. It kind of stinks. So we're breaking down the glue with the naphtha.
Making monsters, eh?
Making monsters. Making a swampy, wet-looking, what's his name?
Jason.
Jason Voorhees. Yeah, I'm gonna make these pants nice and wet looking, and then I'm gonna go hang them up in the sun. Should look amazing when it's done. How hard these get on and off, I don't know. We're gonna see. We're gonna see how good this works. That's for sure. Any bits of dirt that get on here from this table, that's not gonna help. That's not gonna hurt. That's all gonna help. Yeah, and I'll show this in the sunlight a little better once I get to that point. Just needed to make this glue a little more pliable because it won't work if it's not. Gotta look like water. We'll put it in the sunlight to show you once I get it where it needs to be. We're going to hang it back up on a hanger, let this thing dry real good, and then once it's dry, I'm going to plan on pulling it apart in areas that's stuck together where they shouldn't have, if you know what I mean. All right, let's go hang this. And go get the shirt real quick. I'm gonna go hang this up and then get the shirt and see what the front looks like. Make sure that still looks good. Yes, that looks good. Okay, let me hang this up in the sun. Come on, get the hell out of my way.
And of course, I love that. That's all.
Yeah, that's gonna look a lot better once I do the shirt in the same method. Yeah, that's gonna look good. Oh yeah, that's gonna look good. All right, let me bring this shirt over now and start working on that. Gives it a little bit more wet look. On the flesh, if that caulk doesn't dry better, I'm going to probably use liquid latex. I'm going to have to. I'll use some mask latex on that to see if that helps it a little bit. Yeah, I did pretty good on this, but not as good as I want. I still have quite a bit in this tube here. I might be able to get away with just one tube. Yeah, he's gonna look like he's fresh out of the swamp. Gotta love that. Now, I got the collar pretty good, so I don't think I need to do anything to that. But I might as well get this upper sleeve here while it's on this side of the shirt. I think I'm going to have to throw a little more naphtha in this. Yep, a little more. Just a touch. Just a touch. So one thing about the naphtha, once it starts to dry up, this stuff starts to lose its viscosity, I guess we can call it that. So yeah, we need it a little bit runnier to make it applicable. The other thing I just noticed, if I had just let the naphtha sit. Yeah, that was the magic. That's the secret. Okay. From now on, if you ever do this method, put the, without even mixing it, put the glue into the cup, pour the naphtha in it, make sure it's buried, mix it up just a little bit, and then let it sit for about 10 minutes in that naphtha. And then I'll look at this. Look at that. It has to break it down. That was the issue. Okay. So now I know. And the longer you let it sit in there, the better off you're going to be. You got to make sure the naphtha doesn't dry up because it vaporizes. Remember, naphtha vapors. It's like gasoline. And try not to breathe too much of it. All right. Why is that there? All right. Let's get the bottom of the shirt and a little bit on the left side or right side. It's actually it's really the left side, but I mean, looking at it, it's the right side. This is going to do the whole job, I think. Okay, I got to get the bottom of the shirt. This is the area that I really need done the best. Yeah. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be too perfect. Okay. Let's get this sleeve because I didn't get it as good as I could have. And then I got to do the back. Come on. All the way over. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Then we got to do the back of the shirt real good. This stuff's already setting up, but it is kind of sticky. I'm hoping that it's not too bad. Not too stiff when it hardens. But this does have a flexibility to it. So that's a good thing. Yeah, the naphtha's, you have to let that soak in the naphtha. That's the secret. You have to let it soak. Okay, let's do the back side. And this time we're going to do one side at a time too. Oop. And I'll creep this over to me as I'm working. Yeah, I put quite a bit of junk on there on the bottom, so I'm pretty safe there. Kid's gonna have fun. But he's gonna freak some kids out, I can tell you that right now. We're making it wet looking. Where do you see the pants? They're already hanging.
Well, how did you do that?
Huh?
How do you make it like wet looking?
I'm using this stuff here, and I'm adding naphtha to it to make it runny. And this will harden, but it won't be, it'll be flexible and stuff. Uh-huh.
Nah, you just never cease to amaze me, that's all.
I learned from the best. Alan Hops, man, he's the guy. He's the guy. Talk about creative. I don't think I learned this particular method from him, but I guess this is, you know, what happens is when you watch people like that, and you're kind of creative anyway, his ideas, you end up taking a spin off of that and, you know, create your own ideas. So, you know, kind of snowballs. You take, you know, concepts from somebody and you make them your own. You know, redo it, reapply the techniques. I'm just about out of the glue. All right, let's go hang this on the hook. This is trash. Yeah. Where'd my hanger go? I had it up here. Oh, I knocked it onto the floor, right? Of course. I know what I'll do. I'll kick it all the way over. side of the sticker. Knock that shirt over and knock the hanger off it. Alright, I'm just going to kick that all the way to the edge. Because I can't bend, guys. I got 9 vertebrae that are fused. So, kick it to the end of the step and I'll be able to grab it once I go down the steps. Alright. Pretty cool. Just got to see how it looks in the light. Just separating this while it's somewhat still pliable. Man, I'm glad I came over here and did this because it's all bunched together. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah. Let's see how this is going. And then I'm going to go wash my hands. And then we're going to take, we're going to show you this stuff in the light. As it's drying. We're not trying to make it soaking wet looking, we're trying to make the costume look damp. You'll see. Alright, so now I gotta go scrub my hands. What I'm going to do is put a little naphtha on my hands, which is not really safe to do. So don't do as I do as I say. Or don't do as I say, do as I do. Skip that, just don't do anything. I just need to put a little naphtha just to melt this stuff off my hands a little bit. And I have a little scrub pad floating around here somewhere. Here it is, right here. I keep that for obvious reasons. But I dissolved that right off of there. That's good. Alright, so I'm going to take this, just take my scrub pad, and then I'm going to go in the house real quick and wash my hands good to get this naphtha off. Yeah, I really dissolved that. That's good. I'll be right back. Let me go in the house and wash my hands. All right, let's grab the phone and go show you the wetness, dampness look that this achieved. And I'll answer your, if anybody's on, I'll answer any questions that you guys may have. Hold on, there's one watching. I don't know who that is, but okay. Let's go take a look at the outfit. Oh man, yeah, that stuff came off my hands pretty easy. There's a couple spots still that need to be done, but I'll hang this outfit on the line here for, you know, all day. You can't really see. Yeah, you can see in the light. You see how it's got some shine to it and stuff. Hold on, let me. There you go. It's got some sparkly, shiny spots. That's all we want. We're not trying to make it too saturated looking. We want it to look like it's, you know, he's semi-damp. Got some wet stuff on it. Look at the collar shining in the sun. Oh yeah, this will give you the look. Now, how sticky this shirt is when he goes to put it on, we'll see. Now I did take away, like, you can't see it in the shade. You have to see the pants in the light. The pants are real wet looking down at the base. Let me flip this around. Yeah, it's got some areas that are wet looking. Not crazy though. We want it to look damp, not saturated. Besides, if you put way too much glue on this, it'll be too stiff to even enjoy wearing. It'll make it too stiff. So now he comes over Sunday, and then I'm going to have him put long johns on. And wherever there's a hole, I'm going to draw the hole out onto his long johns and probably some white paint. And then my plan is to simply, once he gets the long johns off, all the little spots that I painted were open, exposed. I'm going to make the flesh onto the long johns, but I don't want to overdo it. I'm not going to put flesh up in this area. There's no holes. There's no point to it. You just put the flesh where the holes are, and the bones in the knees. And on the back of the shirt, I'm going to do a skeleton spine with ribs exposed. There's going to be ribs exposed in this hole in the shirt. This side as well. There'll be some ribs and flesh. Very little ribs on this side, mainly flesh, but it's just added effect. Anyway, that's where I'm at. And I may have to go get silicone after all, because the caulk seems like it's not really drying out. I'm going to leave my sock mask in direct sunlight all day that I did the caulking on yesterday. See, let me see. Let me see if it feels like it's drying a little bit, because it's in sunlight now. Yeah, that's drying up. I might be wrong on this. This might work. I just have to let it stay in the sunlight. Whew. Yeah, that's the sock mask. You can see the cuts, lots of texture. And once this is dry, we'll be able to wear this, and it'll have some elasticity to it. So it'll be pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, I was going to paint that today, but it still needs to dry out better. I guess it was damp last night. That's what I'm thinking it was. So that has to dry a tad bit more. I have to work tonight, so I'm probably going to try and take a good nap later on before they come over. And then we're going to start the second part of the costume, or third, fourth. I don't even know. I'm not sure what. I think I'm on the fourth video so far doing this, but I'm doing a little bit at a time because I'm kind of forced to, because I don't have the whole costume at hand. Because right now, if I had the whole costume, I would have had that drawn out. But when he was here the other night, I should have kept him. I should have kept him and drew out the patch areas. But that's here nor there. We'll see. I think I got a bucket of mask latex there. I might just use mask latex on there and see how that'll definitely look good on the costume. But I got to texture it, and that means I'm probably going to use some tissue and latex to create the flesh underneath the. And I can also create narnies. If you don't know what a narnie is, a narnie is when you brush out on a nice plastic table or something. You brush out a nice flat layer of latex and you let it dry. A very thin layer, as a matter of fact. You make and what you do is you create little holes in that latex, and then you just kind of rub around, and you'll get these round circles that'll look like flesh. It'll look like rotted flesh. You'll have these little round. I'll have to show that technique sometime. And you're not using a lot of latex. You're using very little latex, but it's a cool effect. It really is. And I can put that effect right over top of the texture. So we'll see. I'm going to see how this holds up. I'm going to actually have to put that on as well to see if it's, see what it looks like. We'll see. So we'll see how it looks. Anyway, that's part, I guess, 4. I think it's part 4 that I've done so far on the costume. And all I did was use that wet glue. Ultra Clear is what it's called. It's made by DAP. And it's more like a glue than it is it's a glue. It's not urethane. And it's not urethane based, and it's not silicone based. I'm not sure what's in it. I got to look at it and see what's in it. I should have looked at it right away, because that would have told me what to do with the naphtha. And the naphtha did break it down, so I'm guessing that it does have some kind of properties of silicone in it. So my thought is it's probably a combination of glue and what do you call it? Silicone. It's an adhesive. So, but the method of breaking that down, make sure that you put your glue into the bucket, put the naphtha in there, and let it soak. Let it soak, because the naphtha will break down the glue and almost liquefy it. But it takes a few minutes. It definitely takes some time. So that got real runny for me. That was really nice. The longer it sat in that cup with the naphtha. So I'm going to have to remember that going forward if I ever use that stuff again. Little tricks that we learn as we go, and I'm a quick study. As I'm doing things, I'll go, oh, okay, now I see why that, okay, just needed to sit in the naphtha longer. And once I saw that, then I was like, oh, okay. So I'll let it sit in the cup for a good 15, 20 minutes before I start mixing it. I mean, I'll do a basic mix to it, and then from there, I'll let it sit, and then finally do a real good mix on it. Anyway, that's enough of the naphtha talk and the glue. But silicone's the same method. Silicone, you have to let it sit. It breaks the silicone down. You can do the same thing with naphtha and silicone, and you can make it thin. I've actually seen people make blood. You use a combination of silicone, naphtha to make it thin. You thin it out real thin. You're putting a lot more naphtha into the glue, and you break it down. You make it real thin, and then what you do is you add. It's made by Tandy. It's leather dye, and they have a red leather dye, and you can add that to the liquefied silicone, and that works really good. It's got a really nice blood, and turns out really nice. But right now I feel like I'm a little high because I got a little bit of them fumes on me from doing that. So anyway, no, I'm not high. I'm kidding. I'm just I can smell that stuff in my nose. So I'm just like, it's not good to breathe that shit in. And I'm outside, so it's pretty potent, pretty strong. So I'm going to put the cap back on here, and I'm going to say good day to you guys. Have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. This is how to make a Jason Voorhees Part 7 costume. That's what we're working on right now, and it should be pretty good when it's done. It should be pretty awesome when it's all said and done. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the weekend, and I'll see you on the next video. And that's probably going to be tomorrow, Sunday. Yeah, Sunday she's coming over with him, and we're going to put the costume on him and mark it out. We'll do that inside the studio. Once I have it marked out, he can go home, and I can do my magic. But I'm probably going to have to make a run to Home Depot to pick up silicone. Or do I waste my mask latex? That's the question. Do I really want to use my mask latex? I mean, I got like 4 gallons, maybe 3.5 gallons left of the mask latex in that bucket. You can see the line. It's like right there. It's a little more than a third of the way down. It's almost at the halfway mark. But, I'll debate. I probably won't use that much. I won't really need that much latex as long as I put the tissue on and, saturate. Actually, you know what? It'll be better if I use cotton, because cotton will actually give me texture. It'll look like muscle fiber. So maybe I'll use cotton. I got plenty of cotton that I use, medical cotton, on my shelf. So I'll break out the cotton, and yeah, I'm going to use the latex because I'm not liking the way the sock mask turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another sock mask. I got plenty of them inside. I got a lot of those sock masks. So I'll do a latex treatment on the sock mask instead of the caulk. I think the caulk is a little too, I don't know, it's just a little too soft. I'm going to see how it feels. When this dries, if it turns out okay, and I put it on and it feels okay, I'm not going to mess with it until the end of the day. And then we'll find out. We'll find out soon enough. All right, so I'm going to say good day to you guys, and thanks for tuning in. Let me see anybody. Yo, Pipe Master, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I'm working on a Jason Voorhees costume. It's a Jason Part 7. And it's for a kid. And I told him I can't do this, as October comes in to play. I need to get this done right now. So I'm pretty much done the sculpture. I'm just going to add a little texture to it like I did the other time. And I'm waiting on, I ordered some green dental stone. And it's really hard. It's got like I think it's like, I forget what the PSI is on it. I think it's either 8,000 or 18,000. I forget what it was. The PSI on it's really strong. So that'll give my mold a lot of extra strength, and I won't have to worry about the mold breaking when I'm trying to take it apart. Just in case the plaster, and I got new plaster too. I got 350-pound bags of new plaster from my guy out on 49. He's a little close to me. So I got new plaster. I'm going to use the new plaster when I go to make the, when I make the, when I make this, when I bury the sculpture. I'm tired, man, and I'm a little lethargic because I think I'm a little messed up from smelling that stuff. I don't feel too good. A little nauseous. But I've got the hoodie that's in, I used latex caulk, paintable caulk. That's what I put on the headpiece. You see it right there, right next to the orange bucket. That's a hood sock. It's for painters that use it. And I just go to Home Depot and picked up one of those sock head masks, and put some caulk over it and textured it and put the lines where they need to be, and it's paintable. So I'll paint that. I'll take you out to where the pants are and the shirt. I put the silicone, or not silicone, but I made it look wet. See, here's the shirt. See how it's got a little wetness to it now? It's got that, looks like you just crawled out of the swamp. I painted it yesterday. I shredded it. I sanded weathered everything. Here's the pants. I don't know how good you can see that from here. That's the pants. And I'm going to let them dry. That silicone should dry. It's not really silicone, it's glue. It's made by DAP. It's ultra clear, so it's going to dry and it'll look wet. Look at the collar. See how it's shining in the sunlight? The sun's not real strong out here, so, he'll look nice and moist. He won't look overly wet. We don't want him to look saturated. We want him to look damp, Some cool effect to it. So that's basically what I did this morning. I got on it right away because I wanted to take advantage of the sunlight to dry the stuff out. Plus I have to work tonight. So it's a shame, Pipe Master, you're not in town, because if you were in town, you can come visit me at the inlet tonight from 9 o'clock until closing. I'll be DJing. So if you're around, if you guys are around in North Wildwood, I'm over at the inlet from 9 p.m. till closing. Doing old school, baby. That's what I do. I don't do any of this new music, so strictly old school. So anyway, yeah, Steve, how you doing, buddy, from the UK? Yeah, it's coming along. It'll look good when it's done. Yeah, it's not. This is like cosplay. This costume is not. I'm not trying to make it accurate to movie screen. I'm just trying to do it. That's why I used caulk instead of silicone, because the woman's, they're on a tight budget. So I'm trying to do everything cheap. And that's the magic with this kind of stuff. The more you learn about different materials, the you figure out ways to do things cheaper. And that's exactly what Alan Hops does at Stilt B Studios. And that guy's amazing. You know, he'll look at something that's made the expensive way, you know, with doing silicones, and he'll find other things that you can use that are far cheaper and achieve almost identical look, you know. But this isn't supposed to be screen accurate. I'm trying to go, you know, just it's going to be cool. You know, it's going to be a kids' parade. I think they're going to be he's going to be in a parade. I think I'm going to use liquid nails for the bone on his long johns, and then I'll smooth that out with naphtha once I get the liquid nails. Because the rib cage and the knees and his gloves on his hands, I'm going to use liquid nails and shape it to make it look like, you know, make it look like bones. So, and it's a little stiff, but it's not real hard. It'll still give you pliable. It'll still be, you know, bendable. I could use silicone. I'll use a tan silicone. That'll be better because that'll give more flexibility, you know. Yeah, I might do that with the silicone. I'll do silicone, tan silicone. But I got to see if I can get it where it's paintable. Even if I get white silicone, but if it's paintable, then I can color it any way I want to color it. So make it like bone. And then I'll put sculpture. You know, you want little cracks and stuff like that in there. And then when you do dirty washes on it, that'll really make it look real. So anyway, that's the plan. That's how I'm doing this. And as I'm doing it, I learn things as I do things. I just, you know, the whole thing with that glue was, it was way too thick, the stuff that's in the tube here. Way too thick. And I was like, oh my God, I'm never going to get this applied right. So what I decided to do was took some naphtha and put it in the bucket and then squirted that stuff right into the naphtha. And I learned that if you let it sit, it breaks the stuff down really good and makes it nice and liquidy. So, and then you just paint it on your costume and then let it dry out thoroughly in the sun. So we'll see how that turns out. We'll see how it fits on him. We'll see how it wears on him. And from there, we'll know. So, all right, guys, you guys have a wonderful weekend. Peace. Thanks for watching. And anybody that watches the uploaded video, you know, hope you enjoy it. You'll see the whole process of what I did, you know, and kind of learned as I went. So it's kind of interesting. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks. See you on the next video. And that'll probably be Sunday, tomorrow. Definitely will be on tomorrow because I got things I got to do, but I don't know what time they're coming over. So whenever they get here, that's when the video will start. So just know that I'll be on tomorrow for sure because they got to come over tomorrow to finish up the costume. I got to get this done and out of the way. The only thing left for me to do, I might have to redo the hood. And then on Tuesday, I'm waiting on the mask and the knife. It's being sent directly to my house. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Once it gets here, then I'll age the mask, cut up the mask the way it's supposed to look, and then I have to apply. Yeah, I'm going to have to use latex, I think. I'm going to have to use latex on the mask. I'm going to have to redo the mask. It's no big deal. I'm not real keen on the way this looks. But I'm going to have to get paintable silicone for the hood, that's for sure. No, I'll use mask latex. Then I can use acrylic on that. Yeah, that'll work. All right, so guys, you guys have a wonderful day. And we'll get to that process once it starts. By then, I think I'll have the mask in hand. And I'll make the cuts that I need. And then I'll have the hood put on. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is while he's here, I think I'm going to have him put the hood on, but I'm going to have him wear like a plastic bag over his head. I'll put some plastic over his head and then put the hood on him. I'm thinking out loud, guys. I'll put the hood on him, and then I'll put the latex application on. I'll have him sit in the chair, and I'll put the application on the head. This way, the head will be exactly the right size for him, and it'll shrink a little bit, but then he'll be able to stretch it out when he puts the hoodie on. It'll work good. I think that's the best way to go about this, because this armature is way too big. The kid's got a smaller head, so I think what I'm going to have to do is do it. Yeah, I might have to do it on his head. We'll see. We'll see how I want to do it. We'll see how it plays out. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching. Catch you tomorrow on the next video on part 4. I think this is part 3 or part 4. I'm forgetting. But this is part 3 or 4. I forget. I'll know when I look at my videos and I upload this and change the title. So once I know, I think this is part 4. Yeah, pretty sure of it. Of the making of Jason Voorhees part 7 costume. I guess you want to call it cosplay. I don't know. Cosplay to me is more really screen accurate, and I'm not really trying to do screen accurate here. This is just a costume. It's better than what you can buy in the store, but it's still made cheap enough to where you can afford to do it at home. So if you guys want to do your own Jason, check out the video and you'll enjoy it. Trust me, you'll get a kick out of it. So yeah, and I'm probably going to change some products, and I'll let you know about that later on. I might have to use mask latex. In your case, you guys, most of you guys aren't going to carry mask latex. You're not going to be able to get a hold of mask latex. But what you can do is go to Spirit of Halloween or order it online through Spirit of Halloween, and you can get the latex that's in the jar, or in the bottle that they sell. It's thinner. It's not as thick as mask latex, but it'll do the same job for you, especially if you're putting it on a hood like that. I'm going to put it on the hood, and I'm going to use cotton. I'm going to add cotton to the latex, so to give it that fleshy look. It'll be cool. You'll enjoy it. So, and I'll just be brushing it on is all. So, all right, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video, and that'll be tomorrow, Sunday. And what's this? Okay. I'm rambling. I'm tired. I need to get a little bit more sleep. I stayed up too late last night, and I got this video done, so it's pretty cool. Now we're just waiting for everything to dry. We'll see how it looks once it's dry. And right before I go in, I'm going to touch it, see if that stuff dried up a little bit. I think that glue dries fast, so hopefully it looks good. All right, guys. Peace. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow on the next part. I think it's part 5 tomorrow on how to make a Jason Voorhees part 7 costume. Hood, mask, all of it. Knife. Now, like I said, Tuesday, that's when the knife and the mask will get in my hands. I don't have that until then. So I can't do anything with that until... And guess what? Pipe Master, I'm going to be using your blood on that machete. I don't really want to do that. I might use my blood. I don't know. I'm debating. I'll tell you what. If you're still on there, Pipe Master, leave a text, or text me on my phone and let me know whether you think I should use your blood or should I just use the cheaper blood, for his knife, his machete. Yeah, just let me know. All right, man. See ya. Bye, guys.